Hello everybody and welcome back to X4, where our hull part production, our first one, is just about done here, and you may hear in the background, the Argon shipyard that we're at here is, slightly under attack. There's a lot of people swarming around. I don't see anybody hostile to us, so it's a little spooky. I did just save, so if we get blown up here, we won't lose too much time, but we should have those hull parts online very soon, and that's good because apparently there's going to be demand for that. So let's hop in here real quick, and yep, that is complete. The next hull part production is underway. I don't know that that's going to get finished this episode, but if we hop into the logical overview, we can see here our optimal number of workers is already 780, so we're going to have to expand our workforce here a little bit. Let's see, optimal workforce for each of these, I have no idea. But it's a little spooky here. Let's go dock up at the HQ. So we're going to undock, see if we can bail out of here. And apparently there was a lot of... Ooh. Let's just get out of here. It's pretty spooky. We were taking some fire there, but, no, I don't want to exit to desktop. Thank you very much. Let's just get out of here. And I have no idea what is attacking here, but I see that there's tons of Argon defense drones swarming around. And this is an Argon trader here. That's an Argon patrol carrier. I don't know who's attacking here. But somebody is, and I'm not okay with it. More specifically, I'm not okay with them attacking me. Attack the station all you want. That'll just create more demand for our Claytronics and hull parts that we're currently generating. But I would prefer not to die, thank you very much. That's very inconvenient. So we are going to toss a little bit more fundage. Actually, we can just accept the estimate here. And now that means that our GE headquarters should be fully complete in terms of its funding. Of course, the Claytronics production is still underway. We're still waiting for more parts to come in here. And that's not exactly a speedy process. So while we're on the way over, we should probably plan already to expand our workforce at this station. Our optimal number of workers is already 780, so I think that we should probably just expand our biomes a little bit. So it would be essentially a base module here, and a base module here, and a cross module here, and a cross module here, and then simply a couple of hab modules, one there, bam. We'll confirm that. Of course, that's not fully paid for yet, and we're not going to be able to pay for that immediately. Our expected construction budget is going to be exciting, shall we say. That's going to... Actually, that's only 700k. That's really not too bad. We'll toss all the money that we currently have at it. There we go.
Entering system.
Excellent. And let's just see if there's any money we can steal from our GE headquarters here. Not really, so I think we'll leave that as is. We're still going to need to look at the final stage here in terms of output to determine if that's correct. And the same thing over here. Yeah, you were asked to drop your cargo. That's fine. I'm not concerned about that. You'll have standing orders for it. Where are we going? Okay. The autopilot can be a little bit spooky sometimes with the decision-making that it has. Not quite as spooky as our exit from the Argon shipyard was. That was pretty spooky. It looks like they probably have that under control, though. We have a satellite there, so we can keep our eyes on what's going on over here. It looks like we're good to go, in theory. But our next station should probably be a life support station, followed perhaps by a shipyard of our own. Might be something we want to do. Well, I'll have to think about that. We're currently buying no strip oil and medical supplies up here, and we're going to want to produce both of those ourselves eventually. But for right now, I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming together. We're about 18 minutes away from hull part production here, so we might actually... Everything is okay. We have all of the resources we need for this hull part production, so this probably is going to finish yet this episode, unless I end the episode early, I suppose.
Entering system. Grand exchange.
Hello. Repair a turret component factory, 3x data leaks. I'll pass on that. Destroy 12 ships matching specification. No thanks. Maintain a satellite network. That's just for reputation, I think. Seminar for 3-star crew in management. Interesting. Regardless, we're going to reactivate the autopilot because whenever we enter Grand Exchange, for some reason it turns itself off. And we're just going to head over to our headquarters for right now. And realistically, is this as optimized as it could be? Well, maybe. It kind of depends on how it ends up looking once the workforce is done, right? I mean, we're doing well on our superfluid coolant... Wait, are we buying this? No, we're not. We should be doing that. Automatic buy amount, automatic pricing. There we go. Let's make sure that that's happening. Okay. There we go. That helps matters. Same with the microchips. Those are primarily going into Claytronics at this point, so that should be fine. Fantastic. So we seem to be doing pretty well as far as the GE headquarters logical station overview is going. Our main issue is medical supplies and nostrip oil. And that would automatically refill if I wasn't constantly stealing out of the station account.
Disengaged.
So we definitely need to expand our workforce here for our optimal number of workers, but we already do have that queued up, if I recall correctly. Yes, we've got additional biomes queued up and good to go. So that should be just fine. Excellent. Well, let's...
I was asked to drop my cargo, awaiting orders.
Just go ahead and escape.
Ship technology factory.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dock up over here. Of course, our dock is on the other side of the station. Over there, where that ship is.
Ship technology factory.
Excellent. We haven't been here for a little while. It's definitely been built up a little bit. And I like to see that. Where is this guiding us? Oh, through here.
Requesting permission to dock.
That's actually pretty neat. That there's a corridor here. I like it. I like that quite a bit. This fighter is still not doing anything because it's assigned to defense. But that's fine. Okay. And here we are at our HQ. I like how we can see the habitation module right there. That's pretty neat, actually.
It's an honor to have you aboard.
Is that a hab module? Yeah, that's a hab module right on top of the pier. I like it. So we should probably also be thinking about grabbing some of these additional things. I would like to see if the nanite person is back yet. The station may have been rebuilt at some point. And actually, we should probably check. Yeah, the station may have been rebuilt. That said, we kind of need money for our construction projects right now, right? So let's instead do a quick manage funds here. So this one is maxed out, and I'm going to steal some money out of this account. Perfect. And we are, of course, going to spend it over here. Like that. Although we're going to need to throw a little bit more money at this because we have the biomes that we're going to be constructing. So I'm just going to throw all of the money that we currently have at this. And that should, in theory, be okay. Maybe. Maybe. The main issue that I have, and the reason why I say that it would maybe be okay, is because the Mercury Vanguard here might be on a buy order, but I think it's already all reserved. So that would be fine if so. There are currently no missions available, or actually there are some missions available from the Teladi Trade Guild. That's quite a lot of submissions. There's no reward whatsoever for this, which is kind of obnoxious. And I would prefer it if there was rewards. It looks like the battle at the Argon shipyard is now done. I still don't know who was fighting whom. Over here, the Teladi trading station has definitely been getting repaired. But it's still fighting the Xenon defense platform, and that's going to be slightly awkward for a little while, I think. So that's fine, but I do want to hop into the plan build here because I want to take a quick look at the medical supplies here and what we need for this. Spices, sunrise flowers, and water. Now, where do we get those? Let me just tab out here quickly. X4 Spices Blueprint. Where do we acquire this? Here's the food and tech production flowcharts. And that's fine, but that's not actually useful. It's not what I'm looking for. And yeah, I know that this is not playing at full frame rate while I'm tabbed out. I think we should probably get a little brave here and head over to the trading station and see if we can grab the blueprints for those. I mean, we're not going to have the money for a little bit, right? But that's fine. So let's just get out of here. And we will head off over this direction. And enter travel mode. Fantastic. Because we need spices and sunrise flowers and water, which is probably processed from ice, is my guess. And that would just be melting, like ice plus energy credits, or not energy credits, what is this, Stellaris? Plus energy cells probably equals water. But if anybody has these blueprints, it'll be the Teladi faction rep. So that's why we're headed over there.
Nobilius Fortune.
It may be the Ministry of Finance, but if I recall correctly, I checked when I picked up the medical supplies blueprint, and that was not the case. And we also didn't find the Nostrep oil blueprint, so I want to check for both of those, because our next project is definitely building a station that can supply those for our extant stations. Both of those are going to be pretty important to us, and I think they share quite a few materials, so we probably want to build them off of the same sort of thing. Like, build them in the same station. And there's lots of ice in Grand Exchange, so that's a thing.
System, Nobilius Fortune.
Okay, now that we're out of the asteroid field, I will turn on the autopilot, which apparently decided to go through the gate as awkwardly as possible. Perfect. That's what I like to see. So let's check in on the current build status over here. We're about 8 minutes away from our second hull part production. That is fantastic. And I just want to check the logical overview over here. We're currently full on graphene. That is expected, of course. So our next production cycle finishes in 15 minutes. And we're definitely producing some hull parts, but we're not really mass producing it, and we're going to be ramping that up over time until we find an equilibrium point. Oh, this is probably, if I understand what's going on here, this is going to turn off the autopilot when we enter.
Entering system.
It didn't.
Unholy retribution.
Okay, so I don't understand what's going on with the autopilot turning off then. Perfect. Well, that's exactly what I like to see. Lack of understanding. Also, I was correct that moving it to my SSD did indeed fix the loading of the planets issue. So that's good to see. Going to be leaving this highway quite soon.
Bright promise.
Right about now. Autopilot, please.
Disengaged.
Autopilot, please. Okay, there we go.
Autopilot engaged.
The autopilot does weird things. Sometimes it gets you there, sometimes it doesn't. So let's check in on the GE headquarters. We don't have enough resources yet here to build the Claytronics, but we might have enough hull parts in as we're going. We currently have available enough energy cells. Our hull parts are definitely lacking. We have enough Claytronics here. So, I mean, over the next 13 minutes, all of these hull parts are going to come in. And that is pretty much how much we need. So that's intriguing. We may actually get that Claytronics done quite soon. So let's just head over to the faction rep and see what we can find.
Magpie. Sentinel.
Okay, I'm not concerned about that. I do want to check in here and see just how long it is until our second hull part production is up. About 5 minutes. Okay, I can live with that. Autopilot just smacking into the superhighway. There's the trading station. Hopefully we'll be taking less fire on the way in than we often do. Like, I've actually been fired on in the docking bay of the Teladi trading station. Autopilot, what are you doing? Please no. Okay, I'll just manually fly in from here. Since we know that it's going to be, like, 5 to 15 minutes until anything really happens in terms of our builds anyway. It looks a lot quieter out here than it has in the past, which might explain how they've gotten this repaired. We don't yet have it in sensors yet. Oh, that's a lot of xenon. Travel mode, please. We're going to bypass them. No, seriously, travel mode, please. I want to have the map open and look at these, but I also want to stay in travel mode. I really wish there was an option in the settings for that. But alas, it seems there is not. The Zeons really don't seem to want the Teladi to be here, but I'm not sure that they have much option. Okay. Let's go, go, go.
I was asked to drop my cargo.
Okay, I think we managed to make our way into the station. You can escape. Okay, we made it into the station without getting fired on. It's always a good sign.
Docking granted.
Where did they grant our docking at?
Taladi Trading Station.
No, seriously, where did they grant our docking at?
Docking granted.
Oh, okay. Had to ask again, I guess. But they granted it right here. Whoa! Docking computer, why did you accelerate like that? That was not me. That was the docking computer. Just like ramming the Taladi trading station here.
Successfully docked.
Okay. We need to go talk to the faction rep.
It's an honor to have you aboard.
And this being a war zone means that this is slightly dangerous. So let's go talk to the rep. Excellent. And this door is the door in question.
It's an honor to see you here.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Graphene, microchip, Nostrop oil is 2 million credits. Okay. Sunrise flower, 2 million credits. Spice, 1 million credits. Water is quite cheap. Okay, and we need all of those, right? I believe. Let's actually double check that in the encyclopedia. The best way that I know to get there is to plan build and then check in here. We need spices, sunrise flowers, and water. Okay. Yes. And then I don't know what else we need for Nostrop oil. Let me check here. Nostrop oil is produced out of Claytronics? That's weird. That's very weird. Claytronics... Or no, this... Hang on, that's not... That's for the actual, I think that's just for the construction of the module itself. Maybe. Let's see here. That's X3. We're not looking for X3. Yeah, it doesn't actually say here what Nostrop oil is produced with. Because I don't think it's Claytronics and hull parts. Well, we can find out once we purchase it, but it's going to be a little while before we have enough money to purchase really any of these except for water. We'll be able to get water pretty quickly. That wouldn't be a big deal.
Good profit to you.
But I think we're reasonably safe here, so that's fine. I do want to check in over here and make sure that we have our second hull production online. It should be very close if it's not on. It is online. Fantastic. So if we hop over here, we can see that we have 2 hull parts in progress. That is great. And our optimal number of workers is 960, so I guessed correctly that we would need a max of 1,000.
I was asked to drop my cargo.
Yeah, you're fine. Just follow your standing orders. Our Claytronics are still about 6 minutes away, but once our second Claytronics production comes online, then we should start seeing a sizable increase in our cash flow, which is really, really good, because then we'll be able to pick up these materials here. However, for now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to start work on our life support station for Taladi workforces. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.